Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us today.
Who we got?
We got Hitmaka and Tink.
Big
Welcome.
Tink, not the little one.
Hey.
Big Tink.
What's happening?
Welcome, guys.
What's up, y'all?
How's it going?
Tink, you don't look pregnant. Just want to throw that out there, right off the top.
Thank you, Charlamagne.
Why did you say that?
Because everybody was saying she was pregnant online.
Oh, they were? I didn't even know
No,
that.
thank you
Yeah.
for that, because everybody's been thinking I've been pregnant for a while, and I'm glad you said that.
Word.
Some days we're just a little bloated.
Trust me, I know. Somebody said I was pregnant today.
Now, Tink, we got. I want to start with you. You know, when we first started the Breakfast Club, I don't even know, 12 years ago, and Timbaland played you as an artist. We
Oh, Lord.
fell in love a long time ago.
Long time.
And
Been
we
a
knew
long
that
time
you were
fan
gonna
of Tink.
be super duper successful, and you went through the ups and
Thank
downs
y'all.
and lefts and rights and roundabouts, and now you're here now. So for people that don't know who Tink is, explain to who Tink is, how you got your first start, and to where you are now.
Yeah, Tink, y'all know me. I've been making music for a long time. I'm from Chicago. Since 2012, I've been dropping mixtapes, When It's Diary. You know, I got signed with Timbaland in 2015. We made some really dope music, but it didn't really work out, you know, the way I wanted it to.
But why didn't it work out?
I just felt like the situation wasn't a fit for me. I had a lot of people on the label that were kind of like hovering over my situation. So I felt like I wasn't as creative anymore, and we had a lot of disagreements, that's all.
That album was classic. I actually heard the
Yeah,
album.
Charlamagne heard the album.
That shit was-
It didn't
played
come
me 8
out.
joints.
It was
Dope.
Tink. So that was in 2015. So, you know, it's just the label situations. A lot of people in the office were having, you know, silent beefs, and it trickled down on the artists. But I became independent in 18.
Was it easy to get
And-
let go? Was it easy to leave that deal? Or?
Nope, not at all. I really had to like
She said
tighten
nope.
up. I had to go and get an attorney, switch attorneys. You know, you got to talk to your accountants and just switch the whole team up on the business side. So that took some time. It took like years. So that's why I took a break in 2017. I backed off of music completely just to go get my life right. And yeah, in 18, I was finally, you know, released. So we had to do some negotiating behind the scenes. But you know, Tim, he let me go and do my thing. And yeah, I became independent. I signed my distribution deal with Empire, so I'm able to just really like release whatever I want, free again. And yeah, I've been making albums ever since, and it's really just been turning up.
And you got Gazi and Hitmaka here with you today, so you already
That's
know.
big. Listen, Gazi in the building too? I didn't even see Gazi. Shout out to Empire.
Do you think people always say Tim might have oversold you, like comparing you to the Aaliyahs and the Lauryn Hills? Do you think that had a negative impact?
I do. It was a lot. And the comparisons really, like, I caught a lot of backlash. You know, I dropped the record Million.
Yep.
And it was a really dope song, but I felt like with him kind of like comparing me to her and, you know, telling people I'm the next Aaliyah, you can't play with legends like that. And
Right.
I had a lot of work to do at the time, so it wasn't really necessary. And I remember we dropped a record with Jay-Z and Rick Ross.
Remember that?
I
Yeah.
remember that. You did
Moving
it here.
Bass. Actually, y'all premiered it.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
what we got him in trouble for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all got him in big trouble.
Sorry, Tim.
But yeah, it was just a lot of things on the business end that weren't tight. And it kind of just affected everything. It's like a snowball effect.
What does that do to you creatively in a space where you want to do your music and you've been working on music for so long, but then the business is a mess?
It just holds up everything, the process. Everything gets pushed back. Like I had albums ready to go. You know, I had music in the can, but the label couldn't promote my music because, you know, we had an album to release. So it was just like everything got put on hold. So as an artist, that's the worst thing. Like I can't drop and I got heat. You know, I want to be in the market too, and you got somebody making a schedule for you. So yeah, it just makes you kind of frustrated.
And how does that affect you as far as like wanting to sign somewhere else again?
I'm really careful with all my deals now. Like I really had to get a new attorney. I'm looking through my contracts now. I'm actually reading them word for word. I think when I was younger, I was like 19, so I was just signing. You know what I'm saying? Like signing anything, and I wasn't checking things thoroughly. So now I'm on top of it, on top of everything.
Now, how'd you
That's a great question because, you know, Tink is very selective because over the years I've hit Tink a million times like, yo, Tink, this person want to talk to you, this person want to talk to you, this person want to talk to you. And
I was going through things, Charlamagne. I'm really like, you know, I'm really personable, but like when you locked into a situation, you can't really talk to anyone at the time. Like I was in deals and I couldn't really move at the time, like how I wanted to. So that's all that was, you know. You know how
How'd you
it
go
is.
with Hitmaka?
Man, it's everything, to be honest. Like,
How'd y'all link? How'd y'all get together?
so I'm at Empire. I had been with Empire for like some years, and he recently, last year, came to Empire.
Yes, sir.
So we linked at the studio, working on music, you know what I'm saying? It was real organic. Like, I met him in San Francisco.
Yep.
So yeah, we just met at the studio. We started working on records, and I like the process with him. Like, he make it fun. It's not no pressure.
Why you laughing?
Because it wasn't like that off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Charlamagne already done said it. You know what I'm saying? You know,
She's
she's very, very particular
guarded,
about
particular,
things.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
introduced to her, you know, just because Ghazi really believed in me. Like, last time I was here, I said I actually got my gig with Atlantic Records from speaking on, you know what I'm saying, the Breakfast Club. No, I was speaking things to existence.
There you go.
And then I got my gig, and I was running into trials and tribulations at Atlantic because I had sold so many records for them, multiple #1 records. Kind of felt underappreciated, and Ghazi came and like scooped me up, and it was a big deal for me. And it was like, yo, because leaving Atlantic and doing all these huge records or whatever, to go into Empire, people would look at it like maybe you going to an independent, like, yo, it's gonna be rougher for you. But actually, I got in there, I linked with Tink. We did the last album. Charlamagne actually opened up the last album. Appreciate you for doing that. And then, you know, I've done Baddest, Chris Brown, Blue, 2 Chainz, Fireboy, Peru. I was able to orchestrate that record and have involvement in that. So we rocking.
I don't think people realize how talented Tink is, man.
Oh no, she the best.
Thank you, Charlamagne.
Singing and
I've
rapping.
been saying it for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel that too. But I feel like, man, the more that I'm kind of like releasing more music, and I'm really able to push my product now. Like before, when you sign to a label, you kind of like, you have to play the back row sometimes, and the bigger artists get, you know, the biggest looks. So now my team, we really putting it out there, and I think it's reaching a bigger audience now.
Did you ever want to give up with everything that you were going through? It's
Envy.
like, you know what, F that.
Yes, all the time. I took a break, and I was really like, my moment where I was like, I don't know if I really need to be doing this. I'm not in the right space. It was messing with me mentally, you know, like, and I'm trying to take care of things at home. You know, I'm still in Chicago. So it was a lot. I always, you know,
What did you do during that
have
break?
moments. To be honest, I honestly, like, I was more so to myself. I kind of like stayed in the house for a long time, and, you know, I started approaching my records again, like how I would do before I got signed. So that's like writing in Chicago, writing at home. I just went back to what, you know, my home grounds, and kind of just had to tighten up everything.
But you've never stopped making money off music, though, because you do shows.
Nope.
Man.
Yep, and that's the best thing. Like, my fans, they really like hold me down from way back, like day one fans. So during that time period, they were still waiting and ready to support. So
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Tink? when you-
Me?
he thought I was stuck up, or
Standoffish, you know what I'm saying,
Standoffish.
guarded or whatever. But I mean, I looked at it as a challenge, you know, because she's so talented that she never really collaborated with anyone in her whole process. She wouldn't let nobody in the studio. And to bring it full circle, talking about Tim was actually in Miami with us. I invited him to the studio while we were creating this process, and I spoke to Tink about it, and he was around for the early stuff, and Tim was telling us, like, boy, you got all these niggas in here?
it's all
Boy,
us.
she don't never had nobody in here. She kicked me out the studio. But just to see the evolution of what she really does, and like for her to open herself up, because to me, my thought process is always like, if I got all these records at radio, we got to get you at radio. We got to take it mainstream. And I think her redemption was selling out the Chicago Theater, 3,500 seats by herself, headlining that show, having all Chicago female artists open up for her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to GCI, shout out to everybody there.
What did you think when you first got in the studio with her? You were like, okay, this is what, like you said, you wanted to do more mainstream and radio type of songs.
Yeah.
What did you think about her music prior to that?
I thought it was dope. You know, everybody knows the Million record, Bottom Bitch, you know, and then if you really dig deep into the rabbit hole, I actually, before the session, you know, like I like to go do my little research or whatever, because me and Tink, I'm probably 7, 8 years older than Tink. So like she grew up in a different era in Chicago. We both from the city. So I just went and did my research, and I just was like, yo, where can I take this? How can I put this on a mainstream level to where everybody can see it and embrace it? You know, because she has her cult fan base, but now I just want everybody to appreciate it in the game.
Now, what makes you want to do another album? Because you're releasing the album. What makes you want to get back in the front and run around and
You got to pay for that jewelry.
Nah. I'm good. But
what we got? Turkey Leg Hut. We got Turkey Leg Hut doing the interviews. I was like, you back outside?
Yeah, I'm back outside. But to me, honestly, cause I can. It's not really like, you know what I'm saying, like a big deal like that to me. Like I love putting these records together. Actually, my record Down Bad features one of my songwriter buddies that I write all these records with or whatever on the record, and Fabulous and Jeremiah. It's top 40. It just came out, you know what I'm saying, a week ago. It was number one most out of that urban radio. So I'm just in a groove, you know what I'm saying? Like when the shot's clicking, you're gonna keep shooting, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody in the room can relate to that.
How difficult is it for you when you have to make a record, but you also have artists that you're producing for? So
not
you
at all.
make a record, Tink might want that record, but you like, damn, I might want that record for myself.
I mean, Envy, I've been working on my producer album since I was at Atlantic. So like, bro, like I just give the record away. Like if you want it, I'm gonna go make another one. Right. Like here. So my music and my album has been reshaped several times, you know what I'm saying?
But do you guys clash on in the studio when it comes to creativity? What are some of the discussions you have? Who has, do you trust him to make decisions?
I think the most thing like we probably clash on, I like to overdo my ad libs, and like I'm real soulful about the music. So sometimes he'll tell me like, just pull back a little bit. I'm like, nah, the song need a little right there. But it's small things. It's more so like the details about the music. It's not really big clashes.
Yeah, like we ain't gonna lie, we got great chemistry. Like I think
it's fun working with him actually.
The only moments that we might have, and that's why our chemistry is super dope together, is that I go out feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to music and how it makes me feel, she's a very cerebral thought process, think it through.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Attention to detail with everything. And it's like, oh, that felt right. That's the moment. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with it. But she likes to go back and really fine tooth comb things, in which I learned a lot from her in that process as well.
And y'all got the record Goofy. Isn't Goofy like fighting words in Chicago?
Yeah.
Can't you get shot for calling somebody a Goofy in Chicago?
Yeah, you gotta hear the song though, Charlamagne. I was saying more so like I'm crazy in love. When I thought about it, when I hear it back, and now that people are reacting to it, I'm like, man, Goofy is a strong word. But I guess I'm saying like y'all, sometimes we crazy in love. We make decisions that we normally wouldn't when we really love somebody. So yeah, sometimes it can come off like we being goofy.
Is it hard for you to find love, Tink, because you are Tink?
Charlamagne, yeah, it's a real thing. Like it's so hard meeting people that understand this, I guess, lifestyle and just me as a person. I'm an intellectual. You know me, I'm a thinker, very mature. So yeah, this generation is a little weird. It's like, people don't really be on my same wavelength like that.
How do you
we
deal
don't
with
see
people
you
in the
posting
studio
nobody or
and all
nothing.
And that's the thing. I have a hard time like working around too many people, because then you have a lot of people like dropping their opinions, or in my case, I make music for women too. So a lot of times it's guys in the studio. So I need to like clear the, clear the room so I can say what I want to say without feeling any, pressure from nobody. So that's all it is. I just like to be comfortable so I can like get my vibe off.
So who's the guy that's gonna hear this record and be like, oh, she talking about me? I made her a Goofy.
Oh Lord, I hate to think of it like that. That's giving people too much. Like,
right.
But it's for all of us. It could be for a lot of people, not like that, but it could be for a lot of guys. Like I speak for all the women, not just myself. So.
Cause you said I saw you say your main goal was to keep it all the way 100. That's why you shot the video in Chicago, all of that stuff. So.
You gonna tell me the truth?
I'm assuming this based on one of y'all should.
Hey, yo, bro. Not like that.
Feel like you know something.
Nah, as far as Goofy, and this what the funny thing is, you know what I'm saying? Like, we actually had the pleasure to work with Rico Love and collaborate on this record. And we were playing the beat and we was vibing to it, and he came in and kind of like said he wrote the dick guy and the Goofy part, and I was like, oh,
so that was a vibe he threw out there first.
And she just went and
ran
down the street with it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Please say you got that reference track, just in case we ever need to blackmail Rico.
Hey, yo, Nigel. Nah, I'm playing around.
Let me know that feeling.
Oh, no, y'all got some quotables in these streets, for real.
Yeah. One or two. I was going to ask, when Berg was out, there was a $5,000 Berg, a $10,000 Berg, now to where you at now. So do those people still come to you that knew you back then and be like, I need that old Berg price? But you're like, nah, that doesn't exist anymore. I'm Hitmaker now.
Nah, I'm not even going to lie. Like right now, I haven't really been taking like too many advances, and I have song deals with every company that's in the business. So it's like it's a slated fee, and if I really like you and I rock with you, I probably won't charge you because it's like what I'm gonna tell you, like Busta Rhymes has a new single that I just did with Bia coming out. I can't charge Busta. What I'm saying, yo, pay me $60,000, pay me my rate. Like, and Busta is a legend. Like, same way y'all see me with Terror Squad chains. Like, I could never charge Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? So,
or Tink.
Tink, I don't charge Tink. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe. I ain't gonna lie.
Not
I
right
have
now,
charged
but
Tink before. You know what I'm
Tell us
saying?
if you get an invoice for the year. Tell us if you know you get an invoice.
It was early. It was early. Now we got to understand it, and we partners. Me and her, we so locked in with everything we got going on. It's my partner. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, she involved with my career. I'm involved with her career. We making decisions together and bossing up together.
Tink, do you write for other artists too?
I do. At a point in time, like I was writing. Actually, people don't know this, but I was writing for Rihanna's camp.
I knew that.
Yeah, Charlamagne did know that. I was writing for Rihanna, and I haven't really written lately because I've been so focused. But when I take my breaks, and there's periods of time where I'm not dropping a lot of music, I'm still working and, shopping records.
Do you ever get frustrated? Like, I know I'm better than 95% at all of these people out here.
The thought crosses my mind, but it don't frustrate me. It kind of turn me up a little more. Like, man, when my time come or when it's really that, it's like, it ain't gonna be no stopping. Because if that's what y'all really love, it's like, wait till a real one, you know what I'm saying, can run the whole game. But I don't get frustrated no more. I'm in a great space, Charlamagne. I'm making a nice bag now. So that's what it's really about. Like, I think people get frustrated when they're not receiving a reward. I've been getting mine, so I'm happy for everybody right now.
I had an argument with an executive one time because, they were saying how dope you are, blah, 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 and they literally said to me, but I just don't think she'll pop because she dark-skinned.
What?
Yeah. I'm not going to ever say the person's name.
You know what? I'm not even surprised to hear that. That's the way of this industry, y'all. It's sad to hear it, but at the same time, like, whatever. We hear that shit all the time. And to me, that's what makes me even more dope, because it's like, man, people really like me for my talent. That's like, right. I don't have to do, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to be anybody else, or it's really about my music. So, like, I can run the game for as long as I want. Like, no matter what I'm coming out the house looking like, they gonna love me for my music.
I actually said to them, no, that's the reason she would, because she represents for a whole group of people that see all that melanin, and they like, oh, okay, she looks like us.
But it's a new day now, like, people got to really come get around me and see what's going on now. So,
and she gets busy.
Is that a real?
You still live in Chicago?
So I'm in Chicago, but I'm also in LA a whole lot.
Because I love the Chicago connection too between y'all, just to know that, like, you guys are both
we got a lot in common. Me and him got a lot in common.
Tell the truth, executive hitmaker. You hear things like that, right, about artists, especially women artists?
I've not necessarily about skin color or whatever, but I've just seen people make so many wrong decisions, and even with my departure from Atlantic Records, like, this is what happened. Someone, L.A. Reid offered me a label deal, and I came back to Craig, and I was just like, yo, like, bro, like, I know I work for y'all, but this guy want to give me a label deal. It's this big amount of money. Let me go get my bag. I'll still create the hits and do whatever I need to do. And he was like, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then they offered me a deal. And I don't think that they gave me the deal because they believed in me to get the deal. They just gave me the deal to keep me in that system and keep me locked in or whatever, and just pacify me in the situation. And I wanted to grow and elevate and work with up-and-coming artists and work with different people, sign people, work with artists like Tink, because I was thinking L.A. Reid had offered me, like, man, like, you could just work with whatever artist in his label, and if it works out, we'll put them under your banner. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Game and 50 Cent or something like that, how he has all these different acts that were signed. So I was really trying to elevate, but I think that the game, man, is going to be the game. Look at me. I'm Youngberg, I'm Iceberg, I'm Hitmaker. I got a documentary. I got all type of stuff coming soon. So if you stay in it long enough, man, you're going to see a lot, man.
You missed the rapping at all? You missed that?
Well, hell no. Like, come on, like, that shit is so, like, it's a dangerous job. It's more dangerous than ever right now. And then not only that, it's a self-serving, like, probably like an ego thing, stroke of ego, why I would want to do that right now or rap. Like, I honestly want to be behind the people that's really doing it and killing it, because I've experienced it, and I think there's not enough executives that have actually been artists before and been on the other side to really know and appreciate the artist and know where the artist is coming from and actually be in the trenches making the records with them.
Are you going to work with RSVP?
I already did. Like, and it's no bullshit, they got one. and them niggas is the funniest niggas ever. Like, yo, when y'all have a Breakfast Club with Ray J and all them, boy, it's going down in history. It's gonna be like Irv Gotti Drink Champs. Like, it's gonna be big.
Oh, we already know.
It's gonna be a big
Ray J
one.
is a marketing genius.
Ray J's crazy.
Like, Ray J, there is nothing dumb about Ray J. Anybody who thinks that is a goddamn fool. Ray J knows exactly what he's doing at all times, and I cannot wait to see how he rolls out RSVP.
Exactly, yo.
Now, what about A1 Bentley? He said you don't make your own beats and you rely on other producers like OG Parker and Smash David. How you respond to that?
I do. I don't make beats. I'm a curator of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come up with the ideas. I'm the person that says, you know what?
He's like Diddy.
I wanna,
But Diddy did.
Yeah, I wanna sample this, and I have a guy that replays everything for me, and similar to Cater, or I wanna do this and I wanna do that, and I get with the right people and I put the right people in the room. I'll write the record with the people, as you can see on my Instagram or whatever. But I don't program beats. I'm too ADA. Like, I wanna do too much to really sit down and like program beats. Have I programmed beats before? Absolutely. On songs that have came out before that have plaques to them, absolutely. But when you working with this heavy volume or whatever, like, no one man can sit there and lie like, oh, I did everything myself. So even if a person that programs beats, he didn't do everything. Timbaland had Danger and Scott Storch and everything. So I think that that's the dirt they throw on you when you get real successful. And then it's like, oh, well, you don't do this and do that. And shout out to A1. That man.
I didn't find nothing wrong with it, though.
So hold on, you don't make no beats at all, or you do make beats, you just don't make all the beats?
No, what I do is I'm the producer behind the whole session. I'm the person that
put it
brings
together.
in everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm the orchestrator. I'm the Quincy Jones of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know the right people to work with. I know the right people to pull in. I know what drum loop I want to use. I want to know what top line I want to use, what music bed I want to put behind this. I actually facilitate
That's what a lot
the
of
whole
major
move.
producers do.
Yeah.
They don't sit there themselves and like,
They've always said that about Diddy,
yeah.
Khaled. You hear that about Dre sometime.
Since you
That's great company. Shit.
Yeah, and it also helps put
I
other
ain't put you
people-
in that company now.
It
I just
also-
said that.
But it also helps put other people on who are talented. And so,
you
I
about
think
Diddy.
that's
Think about-
important.
Think about all the producers that were there. If it wasn't for Diddy, they wouldn't have connected. Diddy was the
Yeah,
one that
yeah,
take
yeah,
this
yeah.
sample,
Yeah.
put the harmony there.
Yeah.
That's all that he does. And I was talking to Fat Joe, and he was like, when it comes to that, you're a genius. You know how to pull the beats, where the hook should go, where the drop should go. And he was like, people think it's an easy job, but he was like, it's like no other.
And spotting
yeah.
talented producers too. Like
Nah.
to say,
Yep.
this person's really dope. I'm going to put them on, put them in position, get them a check, and then they could blow up too. for
Here's
that.
a quick example, because I want to give it back to Tink. Like, forgive me. A Boogie, look back at it. The song was 6 minutes long when they had it. I was an A&R at the company and also a producer. They gave me that song. I went to Hawaii with Boogie. He gave me all the files. I shortened the song, added the snap, and turned it into a 3-minute and 30-second record and rearranged the whole song. And that's the song that y'all got from a 6-minute record. So if that ain't producing, I don't know what producing is.
Do you care, Tink? If he doesn't do his own beats, it don't matter, right?
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, Tink, you
Yeah.
guys brought up the song Cater. So let's talk about that song. Whose idea was that to do? I remember, first of all, I love that song, and I love the idea of catering, you
Yes,
know,
thank you.
to somebody and being vulnerable enough and trusting somebody enough, because it does take vulnerability and trust to feel like I want to cater to you. So whose idea was it? How did that all come about with sampling Cater? And
Yeah, Cater was my idea. He asked me, like, what's the list of songs that you want to, I guess sample or reference on your album. Cater was the first one on the list, and he actually brought the beat in the next day. So when you mention, like, do you really care? He really does he plays a big part in, like, making these records, because he'll go out and put a beat together in 24 hours. Next day, I went in the studio, I laid down the verses. I wrote that one myself, so it kind of just fell, I wrote it really quickly. But yeah, that's how that record came about. Next day after I wrote it, he goes back in and adds in the drums and whistles. We called 2 Chainz. And yeah, 2 Chainz, he heard it, he loved it. It was real organic.
what do you do to spoil your man?
What I do to spoil him? I like to buy gifts. I like to take trips.
And you
I like to do
paying?
a lot. Well, it's not that I'm paying, but
But I will
I
accompany
will
you.
come and, like, set things up, and it's equal love.
Uh-oh.
Now, we have something for you.
Now, when we talk...
I didn't know it was a
got-
secret that Ghazi was here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Congratulations, Tink.
Big gold records.
Thank you.
Hey.
Certified, baby.
This is my first.
That's your
This
first
is-
plaque?
I know, Charlamagne.
Wow. Congratulations, Tink.
Yeah, she was so cool with her
Hey.
reaction. She was
Thank
just like,
you.
oh.
No, this is big. Y'all know I'm just a calm, chill girl. Thank you, though. Like, y'all, this is crazy.
Yeah, I ain't no man gonna pay for no trips once they see that gold plaque. She got all the money.
She gonna cry in the car, man. You know what I'm saying?
Cry in the car.
Big.
You gonna pass it back?
been a
What
long
kind of car would you
time,
rather
though,
cry in?
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
How to flick it?
Yeah.
Now, how do you know when a man is worthy to be catered to?
You know when he's worthy, when he actually shows you that he cares and he puts in effort and it's not just all talk. It takes time, though. It's nothing, I'm not saying I'm catering the first week, first month. But, after a while, you got to get to know somebody because, like I say, the honeymoon stage is real. So it takes time, and you really got to be around someone a lot to feel them out and know what's genuine and what's, just to get to you. You know what I'm saying?
Like you'll cook for him and stuff like that?
I'll cook. A lot of times, though, I'm really not even, like, at home with, like, enough to make a meal.
What's your dish? What's your go-to?
I was gonna ask that.
I love to make, like, I do this steak and I put it in the oven and I add the potatoes. Listen, no, it's good.
Steak in the oven.
Steak in the oven. So it cooks like a roast and you add the potatoes and then you want to put a vegetable on the side, asparagus. I might do,
We need a video.
I
Steak in the
would.
oven don't sound right.
No, it's so good. It's similar to like a roast.
Okay.
So it's really tender and it just, it kind of like just falls apart. Similar to a roast.
Yeah.
Now, what other songs
That's
are
my
on
favorite.
that list of wanting to sample? Mine, The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah, now that song, I sampled that song well. We put it together. It's
for sure.
featuring Money Long. But that record it became a little issue. If we being honest, that was one of the harder records to clear.
Really?
Yes,
On whose
y'all.
side?
I was sweating. I guess on Brandy's side. Shout out to Brandy, but it was like a process. We had to have a few conversations, and
She had to hear the record first.
she had to hear it. But yeah, it was just like she wanted to really make sure that it was in good hands.
Yeah, and to say to piggyback off of that, I've been close to Ray J for
Yeah, I was
my
saying, you
whole
can put it in
career.
the
I've been
call.
close to Brandy my whole career, and she's very particular about people remixing, flipping, or sampling her records. Like I brought her to the studio before, and I was like playing records that I flipped to hers. This is a few years back, and she was like, "No, let me sing my own records." So like she's very particular about that. But what I can say is that at the end of the day, it made the project, and we really appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all get to hear Tink and Money Long
That's
do
dope.
something
We love
crazy,
Money
like
Long
for
up
real,
here.
for real.
I can't
Yes.
see you fighting over no man, Tink.
I can't see it either. I'm really not even like the type to argue with nobody about no man.
When I know Goofy.
Y'all have never seen me argue about no man. Well, never seen me argue in general.
But you have gotten goofy, though.
Yeah, I'll admit that. I can get crazy about him and make a crazy decision. But I think arguing with another woman,
What, nobody's ever hit
that's
you
like
up and
that
been
kind of
like,
backwards. It's like the guy is more of the issue than that woman.
you never got a
on the other
DM
side.
like, that guy, I mess with him too?
Yeah, I've had a few DMs.
Damn it, man.
You can't
Recently?
respond. That's my thing. Like if you respond, you're gonna give them. They're gonna have confirmation. So I don't say nothing. Like I say, I bring it to the guy. You know what I'm saying?
And
Because it
after
could
he
be her
lies, what do
today,
you
somebody
do?
else tomorrow. Oh my God! After he lies,
That
Charlamagne,
nigga,
you
if a
gonna
girl
make me
came to
feel
you and
bad.
was
Listen.
like, what's this? What would you say?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
See?
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
That's right. Don't practice bad habits, bro.
I'm dead.
Now, what's the most you ever spent on a man?
He's very into this for some reason.
I think the most, maybe 20, 25
On what?
grand. I like to buy jewelry. I like to buy designer, nice pieces, nice coats, jackets. Yeah,
You take it back when things don't go right?
I want to.
I know.
No,
gotta get it
I'm
back
not
and
like
then
that.
break up.
I want to. You think about it in your head, like I should never spend that.
How
But
does a guy kick it to you? How do they meet you? Because you say you don't go out as much. So how do they kick it to you?
it happens on rare occasions. That's the thing. I'm not an internet girl. Like you'd have to really see me outside, maybe, in passing at an event. I don't know, at the studio or. That's why I say you got to really be involved in this lifestyle to kind of meet me because all
Like
I
in
do
the
is
studio or
music. I don't
something.
have time to really go to the clubs and kick it
Right.
every weekend. So, yeah, it has to be like in passing. Rare occasion.
Now, what other songs did you say you wanted to flip? I want to hear some other ones that you put on that list.
If you ain't
Man,
doing
what
it,
did
I
we
wouldn't
put
really
on the
say too
list?
much of it. I wouldn't say too much of it.
Right.
But what made it? What songs so people know? I know it's
Cater made it. That was the
Destiny
first one, of
Child,
course.
The Boy Is
The Boy
Mine.
Is Mine was one. I also had a few records Did I have like some TLC joints on there?
We got
a lot of girl
that's-
groups.
there's
I'm
one
always
called
trying to
Throwback
flip.
That's on there. That's kind of like Knocking the Boots. It's a little,
There we
vibe
go.
of that.
Knocking the Boots. I think I put Computer Love on there. I'm a big fan of like old school 90s and
Stevie Wonder.
vibes.
Yeah, it's a little vibes on there. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, but it's a
Stevie Wonder's
16.
on
It's
there.
16 tracks, so it's crazy.
With this album Pillow Talk coming, what does success look like for both of y'all?
That's a great question. To me, success is what we're doing, like growing my audience. You know what I mean? It's not even about like an amount or a bag. It's more so like reaching further than Chicago and what I've been doing. So I feel successful with the first album, Heat of the Moment. We came with that one. I had no idea that it would be like, #1 on Apple. And, we had some great moments within that record. And it lasted. You know what I'm saying? They really took to it. So with this one, I just want to keep progressing. Like, I want to make sure that I'm growing my audience and not just staying in one lane.
What about you?
For me, honestly, it's just doing whatever I can to make sure that she receives every flower she deserves, and whatever it means, carrying the bags, you know what I'm saying, producing the song, writing there, sitting on the phone for 2 hours while we talk about things, game planning, sitting with Gazi, flying cross country, anything, being at the Breakfast Club. I just want to make sure that she gets the proper look that she needs because she's a gem to the music business and to just in general in life, for real.
Thank you. And I will say too, he's also helped me. I've never really had a big radio record. Cater is doing well.
Yeah,
It's about to be top 20. So that's success for me. That's different. That's something different outside of what I've been on. Because I'm not too crazy about like, man, I need to have a radio record. But when he came around, he was like, embody, embrace radio. And now I'm, pushing, coming to see everybody.
For a long time.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all. I'm so grateful for that. Like top 20, that's rare for me too. So.
And we got to witness your first gold plaque. So congratulations again.
That's heavy. Independently, y'all. This is a big deal.
And speaking of doing stuff like this, you always let your guard down in your music. Are you letting your guard down more when you sit down and have these conversations?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I say, like, having somebody like Hitmaka, he'll be in my ear, like, certain things you want to do. And it's okay to open up and talk to the executives and talk to the is it the PRs and things like that.
I think it's important. I come from that cloth from being an artist. I think that a lot of people get caught in the streaming era right now where artists that are up and coming or just new to the game will be like, well, I'm streaming, so I don't give a fuck. I don't need to talk to nobody. Like I'm putting money in my pocket. But I'm a prime example that relationships in this business last forever. So you want to make sure you reach out and get very personable with people because you never know what they might be able to do for you or what you might be able to do for them. It's a very relationship based, business. And I'm super proud of her, man, because she, from where we started to where we at right now is just truly a blessing. And now we about to take this shit even all the way to the top, for real.
Man, Hitmaka, I'm glad you standing next to Tink like this, man. Round of applause to you, because Tink is the shit. She been the shit, and the best is yet to come for her.
And he's glad too, trust me.
Yes, chill.
So let's get to
And Tink, wait, I want to ask you
She
this.
makes you look good, Hitmaka.
Since you brought up relationships and things like that, what about sisterhood when it comes to the music? What women would you feel like, okay, these are people that I know I could call on. This is who I would love to do a tour with or collaborate more with?
I want to go on tour or even do a record with Summer Walker. A lot of times people really have been like trying so hard to they put all of us against each other so much, or they just compare us. So I think that would be really dope. I like what she does, and I love her music. There's plenty of artists in the game, especially R&B. We got like Ari Lennox. She's very special. Her voice is crazy. SZA. Me and SZA, we always like commenting. Little things like that go a long way sometimes. Just showing that support, like, I see you, girl, you look good. And, the subtle things make a big difference in this game.
They all big you up. SZA, I seen SZA, Cardi, JT from the City Girl.
Yes,
They've all
JT,
big you up.
Cardi, yeah, that was very big. I think maybe a year ago, Cardi just made a statement like, yo, it's time, and we gotta stop playing with her. She really putting in work. It was something to that degree. So that's big, you know what I'm saying? Like, women, we so competitive, and it's so easy for y'all guys to link up and make things happen. But yeah, I'm all for the women uniting. I would love to go on tour with all those girls.
All right.
Let's get into the single. What y'all want to hear?
Yo, yeah, let's take top 20, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep Cater going, and then Goofy coming right after this, you know what I'm saying?
Let's play both of them.
Yeah,
play them both.
Let's play both.
Let's do
Appreciate
it.
y'all, man, for real.
Well, let's do it. It's Hitmaka.
When Pillow Talk coming out?
Pillow Talk, yeah. That's
August 19th.
That's a great
August 19th.
statement. August 19th. So that's next Friday.
Is there anything you want to manifest or lie about and throw out there now?
Oh, man.
What did he lie about? I missed
didn't
that.
lie.
Remember? Yeah, he lied.
He said he had a deal. That's how we got the
It was
deal at Atlanta.
manifestation.
I don't think he lied. He probably was in negotiations.
Oh, no, he said he lied.
No, I didn't lie. I was talking to people, and then it happened that way. I just want to manifest.
Tink is triple platinum right now.
Triple platinum for Tink,
Right now,
man.
Pillow
like
Talk is
that.
triple platinum
We
right
need
now.
that.
There you go.
Guys, he running back,
And
please.
thank you for my flowers, Tink. I appreciate
Yes,
you.
Angela.
Thank you
Congratulations.
So much.
All right. It's Hitmaker. It's Tink. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.